The Battle of Adwa was a historic military confrontation that took place on the March 1st of 1896 between the Ethiopian Empire and the Kingdom of Italy. This all happened near the town of Adwa in the northern part of Ethiopia. Italy was trying to expand its colonial presence in East Africa and had already occupied parts of Eritrea. It thought to make Ethiopia a protectorate under the Treaty of Wachale in 1889, but there was a disagreement over the interpretation of the treaty language, especially the Amharic versus Italian version. The Ethiopian forces were led by Emperor Menelik II with his wife Tayutu.
Hey guys, welcome back to another amazing video. So today we are checking out Adwa Victory Museum here in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa at Piazza. It's one of the remarkable places that if you are coming to Ethiopia and you would love to know more about Ethiopian history, how they overcame the Italians, this is the place that you get to get more history about Adwa battle. Alright, so without a further ado, welcome to my channel. My good name is Harriet, the traveler from Uganda, and if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out any of our videos. And big shout out to the tourism and culture of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. They are going to be taking us around this beautiful museum. Credit to Ethiopian government. I see this place looks so beautiful. I have never seen a museum so beautiful like the way you see this one. It's really so beautiful. Coming on this side, these are the 12 generals that fought during Adwa battle. So coming here guys, this is the starting point. This is where the battle started from, and then it moved to the northern part of Ethiopia. That is the campus image located at the center of Adwa Victory Memorial. Serves as the benchmark for determining locations within Addis Ababa and across all of Ethiopia.
Now we are in a central part of museum. In the central part of museum, we have got different materials that Ethiopian people used during the war. Ethiopians use different materials, starting from weapons to cooking materials. On this side, we have got the original weapon. Here, the swords, daggers. By the way, Ethiopians use the swords to cut the neck of their enemy as a battle. Yeah, really? This is the real swords and the daggers.
Like King David
by the way,
King Saul back in the day.
This is the real swords and the daggers. By the way, the symbol of Adwa is a sword, shields, and the spears. So this is the actual spears. And here, these shields, Ethiopians use the shields to protect themselves from their enemies.
From the enemy.
Yeah, this is made from hippopotamus skin, from hippo.
Oh really?
Yeah. You see, this is
allowed to touch?
No, it's not allowed. You see, this is laminated by metal. It's bulletproof.
Oh, bulletproof.
Yeah.
Are they still used up to date? Do they still use this?
No, they not. But around the rural area, for different ceremonies, many Ethiopians use until today. But yeah. This is the real spears and the west daggers. Ethiopians use shields to protect themselves. They use spears to throw to their enemies. So this is the key for military force. Nowadays, Ethiopian soldiers use different modern methods like a gear, pistol, bullet. During that time, this is the key for military force. On number 7, we have got thorn removal needle. Ethiopians walk by the barefoot without shoes. So there is a thorn. To remove the thorn, they use this thorn removal needle. Waranto, by Amharic, by local language.
Okay, you call it waranto?
Waranto. Do you know about the Treaty of Wachale? No. The Treaty of Wachale is the immediate cause, reason for the Battle of Adwa. Okay. The 2nd May 1889, the treaty of Wuchale signed between Emperor Minilik of Ethiopia and King Albert of Italy, consisting of 20 articles. It's written by both American and Italian text. A notable point arose in Article 17, which had a different meaning in American and Italian text. American text, His Majesty, the King of Kings of Ethiopia, can use, remember here, can use the government of His Majesty, the King of Italy, for all business with our ports or governments.
So, who is His Majesty, the King of Kings?
Minilik.
Minilik?
Second.
I think we have only one King of Kings is Jesus. Guys, what do you think? No! I disagree with
By the way, during that time, there are many kings in Ethiopia.
Yeah. Guys, to be honest, let me tell you this. The only King of Kings is like some people call Emperor Haile Selassie, Lion of Judah, King of Kings, in his cry.
Okay. This is the real gun, firearms during the war. Majority of Ethiopian soldiers use swords, daggers, spears, and the shields, but four of them are use the gun. They captured from Italy. They buy from different countries by support. So this is the actual gun during the war.
So are these up to date? This type of guns, are they up to date, or it was just back in the days?
Back in the days, it was that time.
So they are no longer in existence. Okay, we have modern ones.
Okay. Nowadays we use a modern gun. The victory of Adwa is heard around the world. By the way, the victory of Adwa is not only Ethiopian propaganda. We defeat Italians on March 1, 1896. Immediately after today, different world journals, magazines like New York Times, Le Petit Persian, Georgia Atlanta reported about the victory of Adwa. Abyssinia to defeat Italians. Abyssinia is the formal name of Ethiopia. Here, Minilik warriors cut arms to peace. New York Times published March 3, 1896. Italian terrible defeat, 3,000 men killed, 60 guns and all provision lost. Military men killed, 3,000 of Abyssinians killed 3,000 of military men. So we have the actual evidence to defeat Italian forces during that time. It's not Ethiopian propaganda generally. There is a celebration in Ethiopia by wearing the white clothes. By the way, Ethiopians wear the white clothes during the celebration nowadays. It is a cultural dressing for Ethiopians. So this is the joy of victory, the celebration of the triumph of Adwa generally. When they celebrate the victory of Adwa at Addis Ababa. Ethiopian soldiers captured around 3,000 of Italian soldiers. To release those Italian prisoners, there is a peace treaty between Italy and Ethiopia, Addis Ababa peace treaty. So this is treaty negotiation, the path to the treaty. So here we have got Italian prisoners. This one is Ethiopian soldiers, Emperor Minilik and Empress Taito. Italian prisoners was protected by Ethiopian guards from local community, from people. This is the way, the path when they start the negotiation. Then when they signing the treaty here, Italians, Ethiopians, this peace treaty is consisting of 9 articles. From 9 articles, Article 2 and 3 is directly related to Adwa. The treaty signed on May 1889 at Wuchale camp, and addition made later way of correction is completely nullified. It shall completely null and void. The government of Italy absolutely recognized the sovereignty of Ethiopia and the government as independent governments. After they recognized the sovereignty of Ethiopia, after they accept the independence of Ethiopia, they released from prisoners and back to their home peacefully. So this after the victory, general. The street is after the victory. This is real cooking materials during that time to drink alcoholic beverages like local takla, taj, made from honey wine, for butter, for yogurt, lahir, spice can, water container made from leather, from horn, spoon, from horn, clay, lunchbox, portable circular box to contain food, to take injera. So it's made from leather. This is the real kicking materials that Ethiopian soldiers used during the Battle of Adwa generally. It's actual, this is real and actual music instruments. The instruments that Ethiopian musicians used to initiate Ethiopian military forces, to motivate Ethiopian soldiers during the war.
Are they still in use up to date?
Now, yeah, nowadays, yeah, many Ethiopians use this.
Oh yeah, I saw this one and this one.
Yeah.
In one of the restaurants.
Understand about this artwork? This is Ethiopia, the preparation of Ethiopian forces and the preparation of Italian forces. Ethiopians work by the barefoot. They use a traditional materials like shields, swords, and daggers. But Italians used a modern materials, including the cannon, the artillery. They are well occupied by modern materials. Then the war is started at the middle. Many Ethiopians sacrificed their life, died. Not only Ethiopians, many Italians also sacrificed their life. Finally, the victory is the victory of Ethiopians. By the way, Ethiopians defeat Italians by unity, without discriminating by nation, by religion, by race. So the victory of Adwa is the symbol of Ethiopia unity generally. This one is the sand cast. This is the battle formation, the battlefield where Adwa took place, the landscape of the Battle of Adwa, the topography of the Battle of Adwa generally. By the way, the northern part of Ethiopia is up and down. It's a challenging landscape. So Ethiopians pass in this challenging landscape to keep their people, their country from colonial subjugation during that time, to keep their country from colony, to keep their country sovereignty. So this is the historical place, the historical landscape for Ethiopians and all black peoples, for Africans. It's not for Ethiopians. By the way, the victory of Adwa is not for Ethiopians. So the victory of all Africans, the victory of all black peoples. So here we have Ethiopian military forces. They settled around Adwa. The brown one is Italians. From Ethiopia, there are 12 war commanders. From Italy, there are 6 war generals. From those 6 generals of Italy, majority of them are killed at the battle. One is captured, General Albertoni. The only one general back to his home, General Baratieri. Baratieri means the chief commander of Italian military forces during that time. From Ethiopia, many soldiers, many people sacrificed their life, died. But from 12 war commanders, only war commanders martyred, died at the battle. Only Fetarari Gabayo Gabogurmu here. You see? So, this is the landscape, the battlefield. This one is the road, this one is the river. So, here, the final battle is at the Battle of Mindabdab. By the way, the Battle of Adwa is only one-day war.
One-day war?
One-day war.
Okay.
They march for 5 months. They walk by the barefoot, without shoes, starting from Addis to Adwa for 5 months, around 1,096 kilometers. So they sacrifice their life. But the battle is one-day war. So here, they defeated Italians at the Battle of Mindabdab. The war is hand-to-hand war. So this is the historical place for Africans and Ethiopians. This is the Italian cannon. You see? It's captured from Italian forces. Ethiopians captured from Italians, then they attack back them. The cannon that Ethiopian soldiers seized from Italian forces during the war. It's made in 1883 in Torino Foundry in Italy. Then they used against Ethiopians in 1896. So this is the actual cannon that Ethiopian soldiers, the Ethiopian peoples captured from Italian forces during the Battle of Adwa generally. It's Italian cannon. This one is the real piece and the telescope, which Emperor Menelik used at the Battle of Adwa. The real pistol and the telescope. This is a revolver pistol. So the actual pistol and the telescope during that time. This one is the first ever aircraft built in Ethiopia during Imperial Haile Selassie in 1935. The name of this aircraft is Sahai. That means the sun.
Oh, the sun.
Named by the daughter of Emperor Haile Selassie, Princess Sahai.
So I think you have also a musician called Sahai.
Sahai, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So the wing of the aircraft is made from wood, other parts are from metal. The aircraft has around 7 cylinders and 115 horsepower. Used to cabin cross. Due to the second Italian invasion, after 1 year, in 1936, the aircraft was stolen by Italian forces.
That's so
Yeah. After, for 87 years, Italians used this aircraft for different exhibitions. After 87 years, during the inauguration of this project, due to the good diplomacy of current Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia and George Meloni of Italy, the aircraft was returned back to Ethiopia in February 2024. So this is the real testimony of Ethiopia.
done a great job.
Yeah, that's right. Very good.
Peace over
Yeah.
to the warriors' attire made of gelada baboons. Oh, indeed it looked like a baboon, but of course not a baboon. So you couldn't differentiate. This is another way of you hiding from your enemy. So people could, so that the Italians could think you are a baboon, yet you're a real person. Oh wow. Ethiopians had a trick.
Release those Italian prisoners. There is a communication, a diplomacy between Italy and Ethiopia. In this side we have got Italian prisoners. In this side we have Ethiopians. Italian prisoners who was protected by Ethiopian guards. Then, after they recognize the sovereignty of Ethiopia, after they accept the independence of Ethiopia, they released from prisoners and back to their home peacefully.
Okay,
like
okay, Italians.
We Ethiopians need a peace.
Yeah.
So after they released from prisoners, when they show their freedom embraces by throwing their caps to the sky, the freedom members of Italian forces. You see?
Okay.
They
Okay.
leave.
Freedom
Then they back to
embrace.
their home by peace. Freedom members of Italian forces.
Okay.
So this is the attire, the dressing style of Ethiopian soldiers made from lion, from leopard, from Chalada baboon, and the actual photo. You see this one? This is the actual photo during the war.
Okay.
By the way, no one wear the white clothes during the battle, but Ethiopians wear the white clothes.
Okay.
There is no any dressing style. There is no military forces, military dressing style during that time. So they wear the white clothes made from the cattle. These Ethiopian soldiers during the battle of Adwa. You see?
Okay. So, why did they wear white clothes in particular? What was the reason of them wearing white clothes?
There is no any dressing style in Ethiopia. They made from the cotton and then they wear the white clothes.
So it's their culture.
No there is culture.
Yeah.
It's a cultural dressing style,
Okay.
style for Ethiopians. There is no suits. There is no military dressing
Uniform.
uniform.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
really
So it's the only cultural attire.
culture.
Okay. Yeah. And so, how many people died during Adwa battle?
There is no exact number, but around 7,000 Ethiopian force died. Right?
Okay.
There's no exact number, but around 120,000 Ethiopian soldiers was participating in the war. 120,000.
Okay.
So this administrators who lead Ethiopia behind during the war.
They were behind the war.
Behind
Everything, the victory.
Who lead Ethiopia behind the life. This forward commander, this dressing staff forward commander. From Adwa to Africa Union, This is about the significance of Adwa for African Union. The victory of Adwa is significant for Ethiopia unity and the sovereignty. It's catalyst for anti-colonial movement.
Okay.
It is the symbol for Pan-Africanism movement. We Ethiopians defeated Italians on March 1, 1896. After 4 years, 1900, the emergence of Pan-Africanism movement started through Africa. The victory of Adwa is the symbol for Pan-Africanism movement. After Pan-Africanism movement, 1919, 1923, 21, 45, 27, different conferences. Congress held in Africa to declare their independence from colony.
Yeah.
Then, in 1935, we had an invasion support for Ethiopia.
Okay.
Ethiopian volunteers registered here. This is in New York, in America.
Okay.
Other black people, African Americans, voluntarily registered for Ethiopia and fought Italians.
Okay.
Was the second Italian invasion. So we have a common narration, a common history with Italians on the second Italian invasion. By the way, Italy invading Ethiopia after 40 years during Imperial Haile Selassie from Ethiopia, Mussolini from Italy.
Okay.
So Malaku Bayan worked a galvanized support among African Americans for Ethiopian cause, including effort to recruit volunteers to fight against Italian forces. So Italy is invading Ethiopia for the second time during Imperial Haile Selassie time.
Okay.
Then, in 1957, the independence of Ghana. Ghana is the first independent country from
The first Africa
to
have independence.
During Kwame Nkrumah, Nkrumah was often referenced also Adwa as a beacon in the struggle of African independence. So now we are from Adwa to African Union. In 1963, 17 African countries gaining the independence. The year is the year of Africa. The Battle of Adwa served as a political inspiration for these independent movements.
Okay.
So, if there is no Adwa here, in 1963, 32 African countries recognized OAU. Only 32 independent African countries gave rise to it. That means, if there is no Adwa, there is no anti-colonial movement. If there is no Pan-Africanism, there is no conferences, movements. If there is no conference, if there is no movement, there is no independence of Ghana and the African countries. If there is no independence of African countries, there is no OAU. Why? Only independent African countries gave rise to OAU. So the victory of Adwa is very, very significant for African unity. Generally, if there is no Adwa, there is no organization of African unity. Yeah, that is. Generally, this is about the significance of Adwa for African unity. The administrators, the leaders who lead OAU, including Imperial Haile Selassie of Ethiopia.
We also have our president, Milton Obote.
Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Nyerere, Kenneth Kaunda.
At least I'm happy I see my president here. May your soul rest in peace.
Where are you from?
Uganda.
Okay. Finally, different African activists, the leaders, recognize about the victory of Adwa, like Marcus Garvey, Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Nyerere, Kenneth Kaunda, Nelson Mandela, Dubious, Winston Churchill. He's white. He's from UK. The casualty of Italy at the hands of Ethiopia resulted. Of Adwa in 1896 demonstrates the resilience of African people, the service and inspiration to all those who were fighting against colonialism throughout the continent. So they recognize the right about the victory of Adwa during that time. Generally, the Adwa Victory Memorial Museum was constructed on 5 hectares and has 8 gates. From those 8 gates, 4 of them are named by direction: West Heroes Gate, East Heroes Gate, North and South Heroes Gate. The other one is Victory Gate, Pan-African Gate, Horseman Gate, and the Patriots Gate. In this compound, we have got around 6 conference halls, 2 cinema, basketball, ground tennis, gymnasium, brand restaurants in Ethiopia like the catering, Mamas, Diplomats, Kuriftu, shops, bank, Ethio Telecom. So it's a huge project, generally. It is constructed after 128 years by this government.
I like the way how you're wrapping me. It's like you're singing. Guys, we are now listening, and so this is the conclusion.
Yeah.
It marks to the end of our video over Adwa Victory Memorial Museum. Please, this is one of the remarkable places in Ethiopia. This is where the war started from, and it was taken up to the northern part of Ethiopia.
Yeah, that's right.
So guys, please, it has been lovely to tour around with my lovely guide.
Okay.
Say your name.
Okay, my name is Gemechis. Thank you for visiting Adwa Victory Memorial Museum.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Yeah, with your boss.
So guys, please big shout out to Tourism Board of Ethiopia for enabling me come to this place. Yeah, it has not been, I can't take this for granted, but I thank you all, and to all Ethiopians in the house, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like and share, and if you're watching this video from America, Canada, Australia, Africa, Asia, please come and visit this place and know more about Ethiopian history, and you will find this lovely guide.
Yeah, that's right. It's not for Ethiopians. We are very happy by having this luxury museum.
Yeah.
So we invite all African peoples and whole world peoples to this museum.
Yeah.